Great afternoon, great afternoon. This is your host, Marvin Glenn of the Betterment Road Incorporated, as well as Digesting Black History 365 podcast. I just want to invite you all out because once again, Black history is so enriching. And we're talking about a musical history lesson that we're about to get. So I want you guys to like, share, and subscribe to Digesting Black History 365 podcast, brought to you by the Betterment Road Incorporated. So I just got to tell you guys, every time I come on here, it is a blessing because you guys can be doing anything else on this Sunday afternoon. But you're here with us, enjoying us, giving to you all Black history. Because once again, Black history is love, Black history is power, Black history is purpose. And I just want to tell you guys, thank you, thank you, thank you. I have to say that my host, and I don't call her a co-host, my host, Gwen Moore, she's not here today. She had to take care of a few things, family business, but she will be at the event. And this event that's coming up, unlike the event that I had last year, which we paid tribute to Frankie Beverly and Phyllis Hyman, and want to give a shout out to Courtney Lovelace for doing a great job as Phyllis Hyman. But this one here is a tribute to none other than Stevie Wonder and Stephanie Mills. So I don't want to waste too much time because I want us to get into the flow of the podcast. But once again, I would always say, take time to go back into your history. You know, like those Peaches crates, all those different things like that when you think about music and think about how it took us to a whole nother level. Spiritually, mentally, physically, and financially, it did so much for us and gave us an understanding of what our parents was going through. Because sometimes you can listen to certain music and say, now, they told me to do my chores, but I was sitting up here running around and everything. But, you start listening to music like Frankie Beverly and Stevie Wonder and Stephanie Mills and Luther Vandross and all these different stars, Whitney Houston, that paved the way for us. So firstly, since I know that last year, Miss Danita Mumphard was not on the podcast with us, we want to start off first with a little background on you, Danita. So could you give us a little background on who you are?
All right. I am the descendant of Harold Thompson and Gwendolyn Thompson. Both my parents were teachers as well as musicians. So my mother is a preacher's daughter, First Free Will Baptist Church, and she was also the minister of music there for many, many years. And additionally, my dad, he was the basis of a jazz renowned group in St. Louis, Trio Tres Bien. My uncles and my uncle, and my dad joined forces to continue the jazz legacy, in which my uncle was international with Quartet Tres Bien. So as I heard them rehearsing and as I was in church choirs as a young girl, I started to mature vocally, and my mother was like, yeah, you need to sing some leads. So as I was growing up in church, I started singing leads. Junior mission was the young people's choir. And then finally I went into the adult choir. So church has been more or less the meat and potatoes of how I develop my sound, just with the soul and the heart, to serve God and do things that are community related. So, and then with my dad, after I was finishing with college, he's like, come on, do a couple gigs with me. Started doing my scat thing and started, then branching my wings on the soul music, jazz, R&B, in addition to gospel, which was definitely my first genre to perform. And I've been doing that it's been over 30 years that I've been singing professionally, but now as a youngster in the church, that's all my life. I can't remember life without singing. So definitely, I started maybe about 6. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's beautiful. I mean, because like I said, when we get into, everybody's history, and that's why I always want to start off with, people giving their backgrounds, because even though I can read it, but I like for it to be coming from the guest. So, you get that feel, they'll get that feel of all the things that you have experienced from you verbatim. Julius, give us a little bit of your backstory.
Oh man, just like she was saying, we all started young. I started at 7 years old. Again, born and raised in St. Louis, coming from a mother's background of singers. My older brother as well was a singer. He used to sing back in the day, Gaslight Square and all that good stuff. Benny Sharp and the Sharpies. I used to go to his rehearsals and just soak it all in, and get some of that good stuff, but coming from 7 years old, standing by the radio, listening to Motown, great stuff, all Smokey, the Temptations, you name it, Gladys, Supremes, you name it, because they did it right, and listening to that mantra of music, just resonated in my soul, and I couldn't let it go. It was either baseball or music, but I chose music, and from that point on, the rest is history. I enjoy what I do. I love it. It's a passion. It's not a chore. It's easy because pleasing people for me through the music and the love of music is a wonderful thing, and it makes me feel great. Great therapy. I love it, and I enjoy it, man. It's
Ditto.
yeah.
Well, you know what? That is so beautiful because, see, that's what I want so many people to take from the Betterment Road and Digesting Black History
Hmm.
is that they got to understand that people who are passionate about what they do, because you guys, I ask this question nowadays. I said, now, what's your passion? Can you get paid from your passion? And can that become a career? And see, you guys have made it a career. So y'all at that
Absolutely.
apex, y'all at the apex of what it's all about. And what I always try to tell people now to be leaders, I want to build leaders. I don't want somebody, if they're going to come into a rehearsal, I don't want them on their phone. Like how they like how
The
you
kids
know
are doing now, right?
great, how
Everybody's
the
like
great,
this, you know.
yeah. How the great Quincy Jones stated, leave your ego at the door.
Absolutely.
Because when you get inside that door, I mean, there's so many things that you won't even have time to be on your phone. Because could you imagine all those people who were inside that room when they did We Are the World?
Mm.
And all the people who you talking to, then he had to say, cut, we got to start working. Because
Yeah.
they just had a documentary on that and it was so
I
beautiful.
saw it. It was riveting. Very nice. Very nice.
But,
And not one cell phone was out.
oh, no,
No,
none.
not one. Everybody was focused.
Yeah, real focused. And if you
Mhm.
wasn't focused, then
He was out. He was
it
out the
was so
door.
funny. You remember that one part they kept on talking about, well, Prince is coming,
Mhm.
because they were at the Grammys before
Mhm.
all that took place. So you leave the Grammys
And come there.
and you come there.
Hmm.
Have you seen that yet, Danita?
I did see that. I really enjoyed it. And to me, I love the fact that they were all collaborating and they did their own style. They didn't try to sound like the other artists. They did what they knew they could bring. And that's the beauty of it, the variety of styles. And
Hmm.
some people sang high, some people sang low, some people had the growl, some people had the, straight, plain texture in their voice. So I think the variety and the textures of tone just added to that beauty.
Yeah, that was something, I think I want to go back and watch it again because, you always look at people who were there, at that particular time, Michael Jackson, Ray Charles, um, man, Smokey, man, Tina Turner.
Oh,
All of
yeah.
God, it
the
was
next
just
the
so.
next one they're gonna call Danita and I to come in and do
See,
it.
but you know what? Y'all can do a version of that in St. Louis.
Keep it quiet. And our promoter can produce it. Hello, wink, wink.
I think I can do that. I
We
think
got
I
a
can do
vision.
it.
Let's zip that right now for somebody.
We got to, right.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, let me stop. Let me stop. Let
Hello.
me ask a question, and this will be for both of you all, and all these questions will be for both of you all. Musically, who was the most impactful in your careers?
Stevie
Anyone
Wonder.
like to start?
Stevie Wonder.
Oh man, he was definitely in the high
Oh my
rankings.
God.
He was
Period.
in the high rankings, yes. But as far as I'm concerned, I listen to different artists, whether they be male or female. I got into Luther Vandross. I ended up recording one of his songs, "The House Is Not a Home," because
Okay.
his voice just warms me. It just feels like you can feel the vibrations. You can feel all of that. But female wise, of course, you got Whitney Houston, you got even Yolanda Adams, CeCe Winans, you got some soul sisters.
The list goes on and on,
right? Right. So, I mean, Natalie Cole on the jazz end, there's so many more. I listened to Gladys Knight growing up, so there's a lot of artists that I can respect and say, wow. Stephanie is in there too. She had the high pitched voice. So I'm a soprano, I'm a natural soprano. So of course you listen to voices that sound similar. Shantae Moore, that's my girl.
Oh my goodness.
That is my girl.
She's definitely on point.
I'm sorry.
And who I fell in love with your voice as a replica of her, Denise Williams.
Oh yes, don't let me leave her out.
I would not let you leave her out.
You're right.
I sent her a text. I sent her a text because we were in Kentucky getting a 2-piece from Kentucky Fried Chicken.
How many pieces?
2-piece.
Give me that 2-piece.
I'm standing behind Denise Williams, and she getting a 2-piece. And I said, well, I'll take what she got. I'm taking what she got because Denise Williams getting a 2-piece. And it was so funny because we were on our way to Nashville, but we were going through Kentucky. And I thought about, and I say every time that, and I got to pay homage to Cuz Rod Tate, who introduced me to you.
Yes.
And man, if you haven't heard of him, Julius.
Oh, Rod's nice. Rod's real smooth.
Man. And see, they all cut from, the church vibe.
That's it.
But we're also talking about Greg Haynes, Rod Tate, Danita Mumphard. Oh my goodness. And see,
Happy Haynes.
That's right.
Happy guitar.
That's right. The reason why it's easy for me to be a promoter, which took me to the next level. That's why me and Danita has worked well together over the 20 years that I have been in doing promotions.
Oh, beautiful.
Producing, because the producing is easy. It's like, okay, we already know what we're going to do. Stevie and Stephanie. And then all I had to do is make sure I got, the band director, got your Chris Black, Dr. Chris Black, a shout out. The rest is going to be, and Donald Williams, cousin Donald Williams, he's
on percussions.
On percussions. And I haven't got everybody else, but we're going to run into them. And
you got to kill a band.
We
picked out some all-stars.
Oh yeah. Professional to
the. And then you got to give
again work ethic.
Yes.
Not just a musician, a work ethic musician.
So let me extend that question. Even though these artists that you guys are talking about have been impactful, when you guys first started out, did you mimic them, or did you just say, I just want to be the best Julius and Danita that I could be?
Yes, piggybacking off that, yes, I did. I wanted to be the best Julius I can be, but I couldn't be the best Julius I can be if I can hear it from a professional. So, when you listen to Stevie Wonder, Quincy Jones, those guys, of that magnitude, you want to start off mimicking, but after that, you take it into your own essence. and because you have a soul as well. So people have to feel your soul. It has to come from you, literally. I mean, so much, yeah, you'll get the Stevie Wonder flavor and the Stephanie Mills flavor, but you'll still be feeling Danita Mumphard's soul. You still be feeling Julius Williams' soul because we can't touch that nerve and we can't resonate through you if it's not coming through our soul.
I
Of
agree
course,
with you.
everyone knows that I'm not Stevie Wonder, but I can give you his flavor.
That's
You
it.
know what I mean? I can give you his flavor. Once they get the flavor in their mind, and then now they're feeling, Julius is bringing it. Danita is what? So, but they're feeling the soul because they're not looking at Stephanie Mills. They're not looking at Stevie Wonder. They're feeling our souls.
But
We're
Julius, aren't you glad? I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off, but aren't you glad that your audiences can appreciate your little taste on what Stevie is?
yes,
You
yes,
might
absolutely.
imitate certain riffs or but ultimately
Of
you're going to bring the Julius style of
Of
Stevie.
course. You
And
still
I
got
love
that steering wheel,
yeah, you're still in charge
it's
of
your
your audience.
narrative. It's your narrative, and it's just a beautiful thing, that again, Marvin, that you're giving us this platform to serve our community, our people. And we don't call them fans, we call them family and friends, deep family and friends that come out and support us, Um, and that means a lot to me, So when I come and perform for people, I want to give them all of Julius 120%. Again, it's worth the price of admission, but it's more than that. It's called love. When you walked out the door, did you get loved? It's like, oh my God, man, it's when I was in Las Vegas, people's like, man, I'd have paid $200 to come see you, $500 to come see you. It's not the monetary value. It's what happened inside. And did it resonate into you walking
Yes.
outside saying that you had a great time?
And one thing, Julius, I also, and Marvin, agree with you wholeheartedly, Julius, on that statement, is that the audience, I want to fill their cup. So if they come in, downtrodden, if they come in wearier, they need their spirits lifted. I want my music to speak positivity in this world of negativity. I want my music to speak the positivity.
Absolutely, because you don't know what kind of day they had,
Don't.
You don't
And
know what
music
kind of
can
you
change you.
we want to make them laugh, boast, cry, fall
Yeah,
down on the floor, all that.
yeah,
You're gonna get all that from us,
yeah, yeah.
and don't come in and get you. I need you to walk in with seatbelts on. Strap
Wrap up.
in because
Wrap up.
we're gonna have a great time. Strap up.
Yeah.
We have a great time.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
That's
this is
what
gonna
I'm
be a
talking
wonderful musical journey that night.
Yeah, because I feel this way about both of you all, because I always know that when I could get Danita, and she's been very busy, Julius, here in
Okay.
over the last 5, 6 years. And I
Wow.
mean, she's really been doing it, man.
To
But I'm
God be the
telling you,
glory.
Amen.
she's not a singer. She is a songstress. No,
All
a
right now.
song stylist.
All right now.
I always tell her this, that she is in that same cloth, that
I
ilk
love it.
of
You know,
Nancy
Thank
Wilson.
you.
I
Oh,
love it. I love it.
thank
And you can
That's
stop right
somebody
there.
else that a lot of people don't talk about.
Yeah,
God
you
They
can
don't
gives
talk
you
about
gifts.
Nancy Wilson,
yeah, you
but
can
I
stop right
always
there.
said when
Mhm.
you were performing in Webster Grove this one particular night, and you sung one song, and it was a song that I just said, she made it her own.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
said, now who does that but Nancy Wilson?
yeah, yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
fun of creating on the stage. I really
Mhm.
am big on spontaneity musically. So,
Mhm.
you might think I rehearsed it one way, but I'll come on the live stage
Mhm.
and not replicate everything. I'll do something totally
Mhm.
a little different, So
Man,
that's the fun of
we opened up for Nancy Wilson at the Kiel Opera House back in the day. You remember the Kiel Opera House, right?
it.
Downtown, right?
Ooh, yes.
Market Street. And I was a background singer for what was her name? Carol King or Carol somebody. And she had the gig and we were her background singers, but we opened up for Nancy Wilson, had a chance to meet her and hear her sing Guess Who I Saw Today? It's Over,
Oh
you know.
yeah.
I mean, that woman was just stellar, you know. I mean, it's almost like they come out the womb just the way they are. And that's how God make you. You
That's
know, Michael Jackson's, the Danita Mumfords, the Julius Williams,
all.
the Stevie Wonders, you know. I mean, either you got it or you got it, you know, and we don't take it for granted.
That's
But
true.
meeting her was just it for me. And I met Stevie Wonder as well. But meeting those type of artists is bar none. You know, all you do is take that and run with it, you know.
Now, even though we've talked about Stevie and Stephanie, but do you guys have any history? I mean, like a story or something that y'all can just say individually that how Stevie was historic in you all's life? I
Oh,
mean, like
yes,
maybe
of
like when
course.
you were going through high school or something, something.
Of course, without a doubt, you know, I mean, of course, you know, Stevie have 100,000 hits, you know, and each and every one of them resonates strong through everybody's soul. Um, again, when I met Stevie Wonder, man, I had chills. You know, this was way back in the day in the 70s when I met Stevie Wonder, and just sit on the couch right next to him. And it's just, I felt like, well, he's my second God. You know what I mean? And he's my musical God. You know, just sitting next to him and shaking his hand and listening to his vibe and feeling his aura. You know, it just you know, it just took me to a whole nother place, man, because this guy is a true genius. You know, he's in a whole nother atmosphere that people can't even understand, but they feeling him. You know, he's a philanthropist. He's all of that. You know, he's just a complete man. You
Mhm.
know, he's beyond music. You know, he's world. You know, and you have to look at a person like that and say God has touched hands on him and really touched him to take care of us. You know, so standing on his shoulders mean a lot to me. That's my history with him, being able to meet him and feeling him after
I really,
I'm saying, man, I want to meet him as a kid, and I finally got a chance to. So, but you know, that's my history as far as you know Stevie Wonder is concerned. Again, you will see next week how I feel about Stevie. You know.
now, you know what, Julius, I love Stevie too. So, I'm kind of a little bit jealous. I can't sing a number with you. Stevie
Get them boxing gloves out, girl.
Stevie
Hold on.
is the boy, and I grew up on Stevie and learned so many different riffs and his minor to major key transition
Mm-hmm.
kind of
Mm-hmm.
formed how I sing.
Mm-hmm.
But on the Stephanie tip, Stephanie is my girl too. I
Mm-hmm.
can hear the church in her voice.
Oh my
I can
God.
hear how she's witnessing through her growls and her
Absolutely.
her vibrato at the end of her
Mm-hmm.
tones. Now, let me
She
tell you,
knows how to pull it back and
she
bring it to
pulls
you
it.
when she want to. Yeah.
You can moan and groan
Yeah.
all through the song and be like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, wow, take us to church, Stephanie.
Mm-hmm.
So my memory of Stephanie is when I went to the Fox to hear her Broadway musical, The Wiz. And
Okay.
so we went there and heard her sing Home. And I'm thinking, wow, this girl is so young. How can she belt out those tones
A
like that?
cannon in her chest.
She is amazing. It's
A
dynamic,
cannon.
it's electric, it's fire, it's energy. And she's a short little sweetie. I'm a little short too. So we kind of share that in common. But as I saw her
She's
as
shorter than you though.
a well, she's fire. She can belt it
She
out.
like four even. I
What?
believe she's about four even for real. I met her.
I mean, she sounds like she's
I didn't want to cut you off. I didn't want to cut you off, but I met her last October at the Women's Gala of Leadership with the Urban League.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Sweet
man, she
spirit.
was like, but she sung like you thought she was 10 feet.
See, I told you. Yeah.
Yeah. She's
Yeah. So I
yeah.
saw her there. And then also, my dad had a collection of vinyl. So I had I was listening to Home for so many years, just thinking how beautiful that song takes you through a journey. And I can't wait to do that song because I feel like it's a personal testament to
Right.
how we are and how we want to be home with our loved ones. We want to be around family. We want to be around friends. And how COVID locked us up, we're free and we're able to get out and get outside, as they say. So that song Home brings the feeling of nostalgia and being able to just connect with your brother and sister. And I have seen her live. I have heard her on vinyl. Stephanie and I go way back as far as musically hearing her. I haven't met her in person yet, but I can only imagine what kind of personality she has, even at 4 feet. My grandmother was real tiny and short, but she had a power, that made you want to respect her. And I think Stephanie has that kind of power. The way she sings, the way she growls,
Power of love,
the way she puts that force in her voice and lets people listen. And wow, I love it.
She commands and demands.
That is true.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, she definitely does that. And I'm so thankful that, getting that chance to meet her and everything. It really, really, to be honest, that's what turned the wheels to everything. I already knew. We talked about the Stevie part in September. Because we did the Frankie tribute September the 1st.
Right.
So probably about midway, we were on the phone again. Like as soon as I knew you got home,
right,
you got settled.
I didn't get off my plane good enough.
You ain't get off your plane good enough. So what it all comes down to, I said Stevie and Stephanie tribute, and then going to this gala, it just took it up a notch.
Yeah, well, I always wanted to do a show with Stephanie Mills, and finally I got my chance.
Wait till you hear her sing in person.
Man, I know when you tell me it's gonna rain, I'm gonna get my umbrella.
Oh my goodness. You know what? We've done at least about 4 or 5 shows together.
Oh wow. Well, her telling me
4 or 5 shows. She has made me be a step from a novice after the very first show. As a promoter, because I'm always with my camera.
Yeah. Well, when she said melody, that was
just like you said earlier. Just like you said earlier, I can't sing, but the passion
is there
to take pictures.
Right.
Of people who are singing. Right. And then singing with say it with your chest. Y'all hear it come from your chest.
Yeah. That when she said that.
Can I say this real quick? Yeah. Marvin has been always consistent, supportive. He shows up to places. I'm like, oh, I didn't know you knew I had an event. And I'll say, my brother, there he is. There's Marvin.
Oh, cool.
So, it's a lot of times I'm surprised that, he'll be there. It seems like he's consistent in every event that I have. I'll find him in the audience, or he'll wave at me, or we'll do a quick picture. So I appreciate that kindness of just support.
Yeah.
Because it sometimes you look for familiar faces in the audience and you don't see it, but when you see familiar faces that are really supportive and caring and always will be instrumental in bringing the word out to other people about your events, that's love. And I appreciate you, brother, for that.
Without a doubt, he knows exactly what he wants and what he needs to have to make it happen. When you said you knew melody, that was enough for me. I used to call Melody. My Lisa Fisher.
Yeah.
I had her singing that song, at least Lisa Fisher's hit.
Oh,
How can I ease the pain?
Oh, she's amazing.
I mean, she took it all the way there and beyond. So
Supreme.
I mean, she made her own way, her own lane. And I'm so proud of her. And again, like I say, to God be the glory, because if there's something you want in life, you have to do it yourself. You have to come out of yourself and do it if that's something that you want and you really, really, you want it. And she did. And she did it, and God worked through people, because someone took me, someone carried me, and we carry each other. You just reach out, you don't stick a hand out, you stick a hand up, And I'm glad I was.
Gonna put it on a t-shirt.
Say it again. Oh yeah. Again, can we do this? Can we zip that? Can we zip that? I'm telling you, folks are stealing all our stuff, man. Truly excited. What Marvin has brought together, man. This is awesome.
Well, let me say
Yeah, for
this.
Hmm?
Let me say this because I love doing it this way. Saturday, September 21st at the Polish Heritage Center, it's a tribute concert to none other than Stevie Wonder and Stephanie Mills at the Polish Heritage Center, 1413 North 20th at Cass. Doors open up at 6. Showtime is at 7. Get all your tickets. This is 1 week and 1 week left. You can go to Metrotex or you can get your tickets at the door. Advance tickets are $45. Door tickets are $50. If you need any information, please feel free to call me, Marvin L. Glenn, at 314-688-2963. Once again, 314-688-2963. All right, y'all, let's get back into another question. Because before you know it, man, it'd be done.
Time
And then
fly when
next
you're
thing you
having
know, we
fun.
have a part two. Then we got to do a part two.
love it.
Time
But
fly when you're having fun, right?
That's
all the
it.
time. Let me ask you guys this question. What kind of impact could you make on our youth through your music? Or just being, I would just say, adults with direction. Now I'm gonna really flip the question. It could be music, but adults, because y'all have children. But what impact do y'all think y'all can have on today's youth?
Danita?
Yeah. So being an educator, I work in higher ed right now. I see the need to motivate and encourage young people to another level, especially after the pandemic, there was a lull in motivation. And now that we're back, I can see music as well as my experiences within education of over 25 years to help elevate direction and purpose for our kids. But not only that, I've done some fundraising concerts for scholarships because financially, education and uplifting the next generation is difficult if you don't have financial backing to get to the schools, the education, the career goals. And I love helping young people build monies and the scholarship opportunities for them. So I think that's one way I can impact, and as well doing those promotional concerts and bringing them out to hear their style of music. So my sound is evolving. So Marvin, when you heard me back in the 90s or early 2000s, there was one style, but now I'm trying to be a little bit more eclectic to include their style of music into my repertoire and just having them relate to certain things besides what I started with is like standard jazz. You got your standard type of song, bringing that vibe to the stage, but also including purpose to the events that I perform so that they can benefit, get educated, find ways to go to school, or if they need, money for their families, things like that, is a fundraising effort for specific family needs.
I like that.
Beautiful. Definitely. Well, music is the key. Like Frankie Beverly say, love is the key. Stevie Wonder, music and the key of life. Basically, educating a kid is giving them time and letting them know that they can be anything that they want to be. It doesn't have to be music. It could be ballet. It could be this. That my nephew is a ballet. And you could just, the gamut is wide open. What do you want to be? Do you want to be a professor? Do you want to be the next president? Whatever you want to be, you can be if you go dig down deep in your soul, work hard, give them strong work ethics, talk those viewpoints about it, because you can't get anywhere if you don't work hard. You have to get it the old-fashioned way. You have to earn it, and it's a deep passion that you have to be able to give the children time. And that's what they need, time. They don't need lip service. They need time. And you have to give them that time and help them with that. Like Danita was saying, doing the fundraisers, doing the art centers and things like that of that nature, giving them things that they can do because there's a lot of talent out here. They could be extreme, magnificent artists, painters, whatever they want to be, they can be. but it has to be driven through people that they can see that's doing that thing. We're looking at people that are the best contractors or the best this or the best that. You take them around those people that are doing those things. They have to be able to visualize it and see it. Like I say, the lip service and the talk is one thing, but showing them, because we all from the show me state. So I tell people that everywhere I go around the world, show me now, and if you can show the kids more so than tell them, then they understand where you're coming from. You take them where they want to be. You have to be able to get on their level. It's not about your level. You are the educator, but then you have to get on their level as well, so you'll know where they're coming from. So it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a back and forth situation, but you control that narrative of letting them know that they can be the best that they can be at anything that they want to do if you show them.
Amen to both of those answers, because what I'm doing now as a motivational speaker, I'm putting myself in a position to understand so much about how I build leaders. So you got to give them every tool for their toolbox to become a
Absolutely.
leader, to
Absolutely.
understand the we can always say it's going to be some perplexing moments in being a leader and everything like that. But hey, you know what? If it ain't hard, it ain't even worth having.
You got to go through some bumpy roads to get there.
Yeah, you got to
We
hit them
don't wish
roads.
that up on you, but we all know life isn't fair,
And I
And
always say if you go through a bumpy road, that's just a promise that you'll appreciate the
thank
time you
you.
reach the goal. When you
Thank you.
get there, you're going to shout, you're going to have
Thank
a
you.
celebration harder than anybody else if you have to go through a little
Well, why
bit.
we say it like this? If God went through the valley, who say you can't go through it?
That's right.
Oh
You
man,
have
come
to
on,
go through
man.
the valley to get there.
Say
Got to
that.
have rough times.
Say that. It is Sunday now. Come on,
Yeah,
say it.
yeah. If God can go through the
It's
valley,
preaching today.
certainly can you. I mean, no one's holier than thou, but those are the things, just like you said, Danita, that'll make you appreciate it when you get it.
Yeah,
And it's not profound. It's true that you have to work hard in order to get where you're going, so you can truly appreciate it and be grateful at the same time.
Mentorship is key in all of this. So,
Thank you.
like you said,
Mhm.
establishing that person who has gone where you are going, or either having a person or student or young person to connect with somebody who's there, has reached the pinnacle of where they're trying to get to, is key to glue that motivation and show them direction, because some people that are learning don't really know how to get to the goal. But if
Right.
you have an established mentorship, somebody who's connecting and bonding and
Right.
spending time, Julius, like you said,
Right.
is the key. So spending that valuable time,
That
quality
time. And we wouldn't be doing a Stephanie Mills or a Stevie Wonder if it wasn't a Stephanie Mills or a Stevie Wonder.
time. That's
Yeah.
it.
Hello.
You got to think about their history and where they've been, even though we
Mhm.
didn't have Google or any of that, when they were at their highest height. But is at this point in time right now, all we got to do is say Google. So you can
Right.
go back and
Right.
see.
Right.
Here
I
it
mean, like
is.
over 40, 50 years.
Right. Right.
And when you really sit it down in front of them, it's like we know what
Right.
ribs taste like. We know what the potato salad tastes like. We
Right.
know what that sweet potato pie tastes like. But the number one thing is getting those children as well as adults to sit down and to
Mhm.
digest, no pun included, but to digest
Mhm.
what we're saying and how we're trying to convey it. Because see, I've been taught, I've been told that my approach sometimes is abrasive. But I said, but right now we're wasting too much time trying to make you be somebody who you capable of being. See, I
Mhm.
say it like this: you're capable, responsible, and accountable for each other because we are each other's brother and sister's keeper. But be impactful, intentional with integrity.
Absolutely. With integrity.
But people recognize genuineness. So if you're genuine
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
you show that you are trying to support and be there as an example, they can feel that and they will come back to you and say, I appreciate that talk, that hard discussion we had. And they know. I mean, discernment. God gives you discernment on what person is there for you on time at that purposeful time. And, you know, shoot, Marvin, you know, it's not abrasive, it's just intentional. Intent in your heart was to do something that could positively elevate them. And therefore, you know, sometimes they're like, oh, I'm caught off guard because I didn't know that that was going to come out like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's not abrasive, it's intentional.
Say it again.
It's not abrasive, it's intentional, because your intent was to make a change in that person's life full circle.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And see, and I have had the moments where it comes back to I understand. See, that word understand is magical than understood. Because see, a lot of times people got to think when you like changing the letters, you got to say, I understand you. Because a lot of times I understand, they want to brush you off. But then when you say I understood, it's about what I heard and what I can teach. Because I got a thing called learn, teach, learn. So when I say I understand you, Julius Williams, I understand you, Danita Mumphard, and what y'all conveying musically. But then when you flip it and say now, Mr. Julius Williams, Mrs. Danita Mumphard, it becomes something totally different because, like, say, for instance, you walk into your car and you done did a rehearsal. Now, that same kid is sitting there on the bus stop. Now, you was looking at him saying, okay, I want to make sure that you're hearing. I need your pitch. I want it from your diaphragm. I want all these things going on. And you see that that person's not giving their all, but then next thing you know, you driving by and they're on the bus stop because you didn't know how they was getting there. You didn't know how they was getting home. But that connection, now you bringing the understanding. And that's what I really want to do. You know, that's why I look at like with the tribute concerts that I'm putting on, because I also did one of Anita Baker and Peebo Bryce. So I'm always doing a male and a female. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, I got one more question, then we're going to have to wrap it up. Where will you guys be in the next 3 years and your stature, whatever it may be, in the next 3 years, where will you all be?
Well, right now, if I can say it, basically in the next 3 years, I look to be, right now, we're looking to tour, you know, so we're going to put that in the forefront right now. And that was my 3-year span right there. We're going to start on a 3-year tour all over the world. You know, we're talking international all over, you know, and we're going to do that. That's where I'm at right now for the next 3 years, starting today.
That's beautiful.
It actually starts on September 21st.
I love it.
Okay.
Introducing all of my original music. You know, we're coming out with a brand new single. You know, everything is going to be good. You know, we're looking forward to it. You know, Hold On to My Love is the next single that's coming out. And that's the tour we're going on. You know, like I said, it starts on the 21st. From that point on, you know, for the next 3 years, look forward to Julius Williams, our company, Mumphard Williams Productions. You know, on the move. That's for me.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, you know, I mean, we have 2 more weeks, but I could be on for 2 more weeks talking about 3 years. But in a nutshell, that's pretty much. And to God be the glory. You know, and if God's willing, that's where we'll be.
Absolutely. I'll speak just that God is totally in charge. He's driving this truck.
Thank you.
So I appreciate the gift. And I always say that, Lord, take me where you want me to be.
Mm-hmm.
Always made room with the gift of music for me. And sometimes things are planned and some things are not, but he knows, he gives me affirmation that this is what I need to do. So as I have been doing in the past, I've been doing musical engagements, not only locally, but, you know, just as far as writing music, being in the studio, developing a new sound is definitely the charge for the next 3 years. I have songs that I haven't even released yet that are in the vault that are ready to come out. And I'm telling you, Marvin, and I'm telling you, Julius, it's going to be really nice. So there's musical, next generational musicians in my family. My daughter is a wonderful excellent singer. My son, he
Yes.
does musical productions, and I don't think you've heard my son's gift. My husband is a producer, so music is all around me. So in
Awesome.
that 3 year span, you never know what you're going to get. So much music. You're going to get the live version, the studio version. You're going to get the next generation on the recordings instead of just me. You're going to hear influences of the youth. You're going to, I'm a grandmother now, so my little grandbaby, she's doing, yeah. She sings, she's just a sweetheart, and she's singing and I sing back to her, and it's just a love connection with music there. So generationally, I thank God that that is something music has transcended from the young to all the way to the older generation in my family. So
Wow, that's not
Beautiful.
that I did not know. So are you G Mom?
am Gigi. You gotta get that, Marvin.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
I try to
Nobody
not look
wants to
like
be
a grandma.
grandma no more.
You're
Nobody
right.
wants
People
to be
are grandma.
grandma.
I hear so many grandmother names, and it's just because we want to stay young, Gigi,
Yeah, that
Mimi,
part. Mhm.
yeah.
Nana.
Nana, yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
Thank you. But yeah, she actually is here right now. She's like, "What you doing, Gigi?" I said, "I'm about to go and do a podcast." She's like, "What?" I'm on the
What's
computer. Girl. What's a podcast? She's 3.
Mhm.
Oh,
But
yeah.
no, it's definitely a joy to see, the family excitement with music. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, when your grandkids.
You muted out.
Mute the mute
Yeah, you
button.
muted just a little bit. You good? Yeah, you need to turn that mute off.
There
Can
it
you hear
is.
me?
That's
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, my grandkids, they if your grandkids love your music, you got a hit. Okay?
Oh, yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all, we're gonna wrap this thing on up. But once again, you all, this is Digesting Black History 365 podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. And once again, our history is the world's history. And our history is love, and it's beautiful, and it's powerful. So once again, I want to thank my guests, the man of 1,000 voices, Julius Williams, the songstress, Danita Mumphard. And I'm gonna tell y'all, they're gonna be at the Polish Heritage Center, September the 21st. Showtime, 7 o'clock, doors open up at 6. I want to tell you guys, you must be there. You have to be there. History is in the microphone. History is on that stage. So I want you guys to just take it in. But I want to tell you guys, your tickets, the way to get in is through MetroTix. Come on, metrotix.com. Go on and get those tickets. And if you can't get the tickets over there, come on down to the Polish Heritage Center, and we will have tickets at the door. 45 in advance, 50 at the door. If you need me for anything, and it's way beyond music because I'm a motivational speaker, give me a call at 314-688-2963. 314-688-2963. Hey, you all, thank you so much for this being my guest today as we promote this tribute concert as well as a fundraiser. It's a fundraiser for my after school program. So I want you guys to just come on out. And if you cannot be there, please go on my website, thebettermentroad.org, thebettermentroad.org, and donate. Because I'm going to tell you, it costs to bring talent, 30 years. And Julius, how long has this been for you? Because I know it's been probably like close to 40,
50,
45.
50,
Wow.
50.
See, now that's what I'm talking about, you all. You got to pay for this. But I do want you to understand they're giving a gift as well, because like I said, I asked the question, what do you do to the youth musically, and what do you do to them as elders? I didn't want to use elders, but I think elders would be apropos. So let's close this up. And I normally always have somebody to pray, but Danita, could you take us out with prayer?
Oh, yes, absolutely. My honor. Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you and adore you, Lord, for this wonderful afternoon, a week before our excellent concert we were looking forward to so much to tribute Stevie Wonder and Stephanie Mills. We just thank you for the opportunity to use the gift and to also fellowship with our fellow man in St. Louis next Saturday at 7 p.m. and onward. We're just excited. We thank God for the ability to just use our gifts for the betterment of the community, for the after school program. Lord, bring in the people that need to hear the message of the songs, bring in the help and support for Marvin as he is preparing the place, the venue, bring in the technical support. Let the musicians be definitely stellar in the concert, part 1, part 2. We are so excited to fellowship with fellow musicians, fellow St. Louisans, fellow mankind that might be coming from out of town to see this event. We just thank God for safety as they travel. We thank God for everything working for our good and for the betterment of our community. In Jesus' name, amen.
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 Awesome.
Amen.
Awesome.
You all, once again, Saturday, September 21st at the Polish Heritage Center. The man with 1,000 voices, the man of 1,000 voices, the songstress, Julius Williams, Danita Mumphard. Come on down, get your tickets at metrotex.com, 314-688-2963. Doors open up at 6, showtime is at 7. Hey, got a little food, so you guys better come early, get your food, and
They come get your grub on.
Once again, that camaraderie, that coming together, the Betterment Road is a youth and family service. So I want to bring back the whole texture of family, because that's where we come from, especially
Absolutely.
A lot of people in St. Louis.
Yeah.
A lot of people in St. Louis, when we say to show me, now think about this for a second. If you really got your family behind you, it's nothing that you cannot show the world. There's nothing that you cannot show the world. So what we got to do is be able to support each other, and give each other all the uplifting that we can possibly do. And the number one way you can do that is through prayer. So stay in prayer. I love you.
Yes.
God bless you.
And we love you.
We thank you and love you.
Yeah, please tell them don't meet us there, beat us there.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
And you know what else they need to do?
What's that?
Don't you worry about a thing.
Hey.
Come on, give us a little bit. Give us a little bit of stuff.
A little bit of Stephanie. Wait, one line.
Something in the way you make me feel.
Yeah, baby. There you go. Stop right there. Stop right there.
Feel.
Stop right there.
See?
We're going to have a great time.
We're going to have a great time. So look, you all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Take care. And once again, be blessed, be better, be safe, be proven, period. Like, share, and subscribe to Digesting Black History 365 podcast.